Hey there, Todd Burrier from toddburrier.com. You know, when you're trying to accomplish something of meaning, you're going to have often periods where you feel like you just can't go anymore, right? You feel like you're exhausted, you've gone as far as you can go, you're stuck. I want to give you a little bit of encouragement today because that place is a normal place. It's not a sign that you're at the end of your rope. It's the sign that you're in the middle of your journey. It's a normal course of succeeding in anything. And the key here is to feel that and recognize you can go further. You can take one more step. I recently read an incredible story about a guy named Don Bennett. And Don Bennett is a businessman in Seattle who climbed Mount Rainier, which is a big mountain, 14,000 and some feet. Takes about 5 days and a lot of planning. All right, you've got to prep for a climb like that for many, many months, if not a year. You have to prepare for it. So he did that climb, I think it was in the early 1970s. And then he decided to do it again in 1981. And in 1981, when he did it, him and his team had climbed for 4 days. They're in the 5th day, and they're 400 feet from the summit, right? And they're 400 feet, and a massive snowstorm comes up. It's whiteout conditions, and there's no way to complete the climb. I mean, it's just simply, it's too life-threatening. And so they turn around and go back, which is obviously something Don had to struggle. He couldn't believe, he couldn't live with that. So he began preparing, and in 1982 tackled it again and succeeded. So he climbed it in the early 70s, and then he climbed it again in 1982. So you might be like, okay, I get that, but heck, the second time was probably easier because he did it once. Well, there is a little bit of a difference. You see, in between that time period, Don was in, I believe it was a car accident, a pretty serious car accident, and he lost the lower half of one of his legs. And so when he climbed it in the 1980s, he did it with one leg. Now think about that. He was an amputee who climbed a 14,000-foot mountain. And I can't even conceive of that. And when he was asked how he did it, he said, I did it one hop at a time. And then he was further asked, what about when you got to points where you're just like, out of gas? He said, there were multiple times when I felt like I couldn't go on, but I thought to myself, surely I can take one more step. Just one more step. Anyone can do that. That is the encouragement that I want to leave with you. Whatever you're doing, when you get to that place where you just feel like you can't go any further, I promise you, you can go one more step. And if you just take that one more step, man, it's like shattering a barrier, because you prove to yourself that you're better than you think you are. You're stronger than you think you are. And it builds your endurance, it builds your will, it builds your character just a smidge more. Each step you take after that builds it more and more. You can get where you're trying to go. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. As a matter of fact, if it's of value and meaning, it's not going to be easy. Probably the process is easy, right? The process of anything of significance is not hard. It's just a series of steps. What's hard, right, is what goes on here, right? And sometimes physically we fatigue as well. But just remember, surely, if it's worth it to you, it's worth it to the people you love, surely you can take one more step. So if right now you're in that place, get off of this video and go take one more step. You will be so glad you did. Share this if you think it has value for someone else, and make sure you visit toddburrier.com and plug yourself in there, because I provide some content of value for you every day. There's also a free giveaway video or audio there that will really help you overcome the barriers, the stuff that goes on up here in your path to success. So thanks for being here. See you next time.